right? And this all goes back and this all ties in. What I'm getting at here with wearable tech, you could look at Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is going to play a prominent role in this. Smartphones are going to become obsolete. You have all these big tech companies from Elon Musk and Tesla to Samsung to Nokia, all talking about how the phone is going to be obsolete. BCIs, which is brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink, are the way forward. So when they say that a smartphone is going to be obsolete, does anybody out there say, wait, what does that mean? No, they just hear that and they go, no, I don't think it'll ever be obsolete. It's going to be obsolete. So what do you think the next thing is going to be? That we go back to living the way we should, like we're at Little House on the Prairie days? Or do you think the next step is going to be even more technology? Well, of course it is. So what could be next if we're not going to have a phone in our hand, right? Temporarily wearable technology, but ultimately getting underneath your skin. Here are a few clips that explain this, from the World Economic Forum to shows talking about getting this tech and the phone eventually being a part of you. Take a look at what this horror story looks like.
Such a good digital twin that you'll be able to go into the metaverse, into a virtual reality world, turn a dial, pull a switch, feel around, and actually change it in the real planet.
Absolutely. And this is not far off. I mean, the physical and the digital worlds, they will grow together, and the result is exactly what you just said.
I wanted to ask when you all think we're going to move from this form factor to something that's on your face, glasses, and when computing's all on the edge.
All right, 50 seconds. Who wants to answer quickly?
I think it will go. It will. First of all, it will definitely happen. I was talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual, kind of the most common interface. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
Can you imagine?
Ladies, look at me. Now look at your man. Now look back at me. Now look at your man once more.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants.
Hello, Bethany speaking.
Hello, what are you doing?
This is Bethany, can you hear me?
Well, you're right in front of me.
Can you hear me down the phone? This is me. On the phone, I had it implanted. My hand is the phone. Walk and talk, because I'm on the phone inside my hand. I am the phone. This is what phones are going to be from now on. I have integrated. Subdermal implants. They charge themselves with motion like a self-winding watch. And it's on the 22 network.
When I phoned you, it was ringing. You were ringing.
That's the speaker. So small.
So you even heard mention of a digital twin and being able to touch things and feel things in the metaverse, right? Think about what we're headed towards, the blurring between the physical realm and the digital realm. That's what's happening here, and I believe this is everything to do with the mark of the beast, as I've talked about for years, where the mark of the beast talks about you will not be able to buy or sell without the mark. We're talking about now moving to 6G, where 6G, when it is in place, phones will be obsolete, as you heard him say. What they mean when a phone is obsolete, the next step for a phone is to be embedded inside of you. Now, people think of that and they say, well, now I'm not going to have brain surgery, have a chip like the Neuralink implanted in me, but they don't realize that this is implantable via injection. It can be injected into you. These chips are so small, these nanoparticles are so small they cannot be seen with the human eye. And all it takes is a procedure like that to have this inside of you. So think about it. Think about this push now. Get you conditioned into even further down the line wearable tech, right? They start with the glasses and the lenses at the same time. The next the next simplest step is to have it in you. It can't get any closer than that. Now they need to normalize the interface so that you see stuff like when you look at your computer or your phone, you see whatever web browser you use, Chrome or whatever it is, okay? You look at the internet, right? You're looking down at your phone. You're going to see this stuff through your eyes, through these lenses first. But when this technology is in you, you aren't going to be human anymore. You're going to be a Borg in a sense. You're going to be transhuman. This tech, you'll be able to see interfaces through your eyes with this technology in you. And of course, people out there will be like, well, that's cool. Well, that's neat. Yeah. Well, it's not neat if it means you're taking the mark of the beast, is it? And I believe it's the mark of the beast for many different reasons, because remember, we talk about the beast system and the internet and the creation of the internet with DARPA and WWW, which translate in Hebrew to 666, all coming from CERN, whose logo happens to be openly 666. And we can all think about the internet and how it's destroyed society. Well, what are they making you most dependent on? The internet. And what can most people not live without? The internet. People lose the internet for a day, they lose their minds. Just think about when they tell you that everything is going to be online. See all the malls closing, all the stores closing, all done by design. Buying and selling. Everything is going to be through the internet. That is the system that will bring about the mark of the beast. And we have artificial intelligence infrastructure coming in to back all of this up. The recreation of the Tower of Babel. So this is really important. I've done videos on the Super Bowl commercials for a long time, right? And we can look at some of the commercials and say, well, this is satanic and this is that. And, oh, they're trying to push the EV vehicle and the Agenda 2030 on us. This is very